Hello to everyone who already joined and who is still on the way. I just wanted to ask to drop a message in chat to see if the video and audio is well enough for us to proceed. Okay, I see many hello, so I suppose it to be okay then. I think we can start since this webinar is anyway recorded and will be sent to all the people that registered to it. As always, not everyone can join for the live session, but it's good to have a recording later. I expect the time to be a little bit over 30 minutes because we have quite many topics, but I will not try to be into reading every single thing that I prepare for these slides. Anyway, you'll be able to read it, and if you'll have any questions, just shoot it on the way. I'll try to be as interactive as possible, so we would not have a very long Q&A session at the end. And Mohit is asking, is recording will be available? Yes, recording will be sent to all the registered participants after the webinar is finished. Shall we start then? I believe yes. Okay, so most of you are already familiar with Ruptela, but for ones for whom Ruptela is new, so Ruptela is a company which is a little bit over 18 years old with headquarters in Lithuania. By the way, engineering and manufacturing is happening in Lithuania only. And we also have sales and support offices in Mexico City, in Dubai, in United Arab Emirates, and recently just opened a new office in India. Greetings to new colleagues, if any one of them are in the early morning joining us. Ruptela focus areas, best telematics data, which is the key. I would say best telematics data, best telematics data, best telematics data, but we also try to be good in hardware quality and for sure to maintain long-lasting partnerships. Our today topic is Asset5 configuration. Our agenda, and let's jump directly to Asset5. So some of you already have Asset5 unit. I can just show it here, trying to highlight that this unit is really compact. Actually, for the moment, this smallest 4G GPS asset tracker with 3 years battery life. There are some smaller units in the market, to be honest, but they are nowhere near 3 years battery life. It's typically up to 1 year battery life for these smaller units. So if we're talking about tracker that's supposed to be hidden and survive a long time, still not to be too big to be able to hide it, not just to put it somewhere visible. So this is for now the only device in the market with this size and this battery life. So anyway, this webinar is about configuration. So I would like you to scan QR codes accordingly. On the left, you have iOS. On the right, you have Android. Or use the link from the chat that my colleague just shared. And mDMP is an app which is the only tool to make configuration for Asset5 device. Asset5 device is not in regular device configurator, this desktop version, standalone version that we are used to. It's brand new app, which is the only tool for configuration. So I'll give you 1 minute to use the QR codes accordingly. App is not that big, so with fair internet connection, you will take maybe 1 minute to download it, and you will be able to open it right away. Again, if you could use the chat letting me know if you already succeeded, and after several succeeded participants, we'll continue further. Okay, I see already someone succeeded. Let's give maybe a half minute more. Anyway, for those who did will not make it on time from the QR code because phone is somewhere maybe in different pocket hidden, you had the links to App Store and Play Store in the chat. I see quite many already succeeded, so I believe we can move further. So for sure, for those who succeeded, you can open the app because we will make follow-up based on that. I believe not of you have asset tracker with you, but anyway, I will show basic steps how to start with. Once you open the app, you see the number one step is the plus sign on the top right corner for adding new device, for pairing with new device to be able to update its configuration. You need to click the plus. Once you click the plus, you have an option either to select Bluetooth, either QR code. By the way, it's worth mentioning that if it's very new device that you received, before proceeding to this step, you need to use this button on the top of the Asset5 with the Bluetooth icon to press it for at least 5 seconds for device to exit the shipping mode. Shipping mode is designed to preserve batteries, but not to collect or send any data while in transit from manufacturing to you. Once you receive the device, click it for 5 seconds. It will activate the device to regular operating mode. And to be able to pair it with mDMP app, you need again to click the button, but not for 5 seconds, but just for a little bit over 1 second. And device will start advertising for 30 seconds. So this 30 seconds frame is the time that you have for pairing with device. So once you click it for 1 second, you will see third step. Device with its part of IMEI will appear on your phone or app screen, and it will immediately ask Bluetooth pairing pin. Bluetooth pairing pin, default Bluetooth pairing pin is last 6 digits of the number that you see on the screen, on your phone screen. So it's always like in front of your eyes, so it's not possible to forget it. And for sure, it will ask later it to be replaced with some standardized or your own invented pairing pin. So other maybe villains could not use it. So let's say all the steps went well. So you will see fifth step, that device is paired. Device is paired means you are able to either retrieve, either send configuration over Bluetooth to that device. Let's move further. Other option to pair the device is to scan QR code. Every device has QR code in the middle of the casing. So you might scan that QR code. Again, you will be asked for a PIN. PIN is again last 6 digits of the number that you see as IMEI. And you will see device as paired after the operation is successful. Configuration options. One of the options is DMP account. DMP is device management platform, remote platform for configuring or updating firmware for devices. And if you would like to pair your DMP account, if you have DMP account from Ruptela, is top left corner of the app where you see the small person icon. If you click that person icon, you will be able to log into your DMP account. If you don't yet have the DMP account, you need to contact your sales manager. It will give you an access if you already have some devices from Ruptela. Nevertheless, it's not the only option to upload configuration from DMP. You can also use preset. Preset means not just empty configuration, but configuration with most important parameters that we consider as most important parameters. If you already did some configurations, you can select internally stored in your phone or import config file from the system. These are the options. If you go with predefined profiles, again, our offers for different device versions are a little bit different. For sure, these presets, they do not contain IPs, they do not contain APN settings, but they are containing device parameters that we see as would be the most oftenly used. Okay, anyway, if you even select your own preset, you will need to go through reviewing some of the settings. First, with connectivity. Connectivity can be automatic, which is typically the best option. It can be GSM only, referring to 2G only. It can be LTE only, referring to 4G only. All Asset5 devices are 4G with 2G fallback, disregard the version, the modem version. Yeah, so I would just keep it automatic. If you see the value maybe leaving only GSM or only LTE for your region, feel free to do that, but automatic version is doing quite a good job. Yeah, immediately I see the question if the app for Asset5 device only. For now, yes, this app is for Asset5 device only. Don't want to promise anything for the future. For the moment, Asset5 device only. Second point, security. Security is an unavoidable part of keeping your devices somehow protected from villains that might want to reuse them, to steal them, or somehow to tamper them. So for every Asset5 device is must to set SMS command passport, Bluetooth PIN. These are two things that you for sure need to set up. It will not allow to save update configuration for that device. And it's again kind of security thing about LED. Asset5 device has this status and this kind of a little groove that doesn't look like LED. Yeah, this groove. But actually behind this groove, there is a LED emitting diode, which I suppose by default should be disabled as it is disabled in all the presets. Why? There are two things. One thing is if you want this thing to be hidden, for sure you don't want it to be flashing somewhere and indicating that I am here and I'm working. Another thing is that LED, considering this device battery life, is really significant user of the power. So if you will use LED, maybe your case requires LED to be used. So it is okay to be used, no problem, but just expect something like even 30% less of battery life if you are using LED. So really, 30%, it means it's taking away a year from expected 3 years battery life with 2 positions per day. It's taking away 1 year, so you are with 2 years remaining in fairly good conditions. So just be aware, be careful with LED. It might be not needed for you, but if accidentally you enable it, for sure battery life will not be as you would like. I see related questions. How to update firmware version? Firmware can be uploaded only via DMP web version for the moment. So dmp.ruptela.com to the browser, and you will find Asset5 firmware is there. It's possible to upload over the air, only via the internet. And what is the default pin? Default pin is last 6 IMEI digits. Last 6 IMEI digits, it's default pairing pin. If it's already changed, if your colleagues already played with the device, so you need to ask your colleagues, because device will ask to change the pin from the default one to some other one. Okay, moving further, waking up. I think waking up is one of the key functions of this device. And wake up sources can be tamper button. What means tamper button? You see the cap of the device. If you try to open device, the PCB itself inside, it has a button that is pressed when device is closed. And when you open the cap of the device, you take the PCB little bit out, it will immediately generate record and will send it to server saying that tamper button was depressed, in this case, not pressed, but depressed, and that device is open. So I think this is really important, and you should check this tick box. Multifunction button is same button that is used for Bluetooth advertising, the round one. And if you click this one as a wake-up source, you need to press it for 10 seconds. This can be used as a panic button. For example, maybe you are giving this tracker for some postmans that are working some remote areas where you need to get their location every, I don't know, several hours. And you need to know if they're in trouble. So if you click this multifunction button and you will press this button for more than 10 seconds, it will give you the alert. Of course, one more movement, wake up source is movement. If device is moving, it might wake up based on movement, and timer. Of course, if we want this 1 or 2 positions per day, it will wake up based on timer. I see the question, what's the IO code for tamper button, multifunction button, movement, and timer? And my colleague will drop a list of FM IOs where you will find it. If you will not find it, drop an email to support. Really, I don't remember all these IOs by heart. So just check the list. If you are not sure if you found the right one, support@ruptela.com, drop quick message and they will help you with exact IO parameters. Yeah, and IO parameter list is here. It's always in doc Ruptela. It is actually public. Okay, one more thing, server configuration. For now, protocol selection is as a selection, but actually is limited to TCP only. There are no other options. TCP is secure and good connection protocol and the only option for the moment. And for device to send data, you need to enter IP1, port 1. And if you need 2 IPs, IP2, port 2. APN as regular, your SIM card, regular settings, your access point name. If you have username and password, for sure you need to enter them. I'm trying to take the questions in between. So is battery rechargeable? No, batteries are replaceable. If the batteries are dead, you are able to order them either from us, either use same chemistry from your local provider. That's okay. It's lithium trianyl chloride, LTC chemistry batteries. Only TCP? Yes, only TCP data sending protocol for the moment. And more info about movement config. Okay, we can. You might find, I'm coming back, you might find this movement threshold and debounce and interrupt counts and so on. So the thing is, acceleration threshold is how strong it needs to be moved. So our default value is our suggestion. If you see it's too sensitive, you might change the value, or it's maybe too little sensitive, you might change the value to your usage. But by default value is quite good for regular things that we tried, just taking device and carrying in hand, or car start moving, something like that. The bounce timer, it's once device detect movement, for it not to say that I'm moving. This timer defines the time for how long device doesn't care to movement. And for example, you took this device, you started carrying in hand, you started walking, and the bounce timer is 10 minutes. So for 10 minutes, device will not care, like it will send one record that I'm moving, and for 10 minutes, it will ignore movement. If you stopped within 10 minutes, it will keep silent. If you did not stop in 10 minutes and 10 minutes timer passed and you are still moving, device will send one more record that I am moving, and again, it will reset the timer, counting 10 minutes. As soon as you will stop, device will not reach the second 10 times interval. It will not generate one more record. Interrupt count. So again, it might be that your movement was just a little shake and the device counted one movement, but interrupt count can be that only after some few movements it will wake up. So it depends on you. An ignore period, to ignore movement for some time. It's quite similar to the bounce timer. Once you will try some scenarios yourself, I think it will be more clear, because for now it might look like a little jungle, but that's okay. Okay, GNSS, of course, I am proposing it to be all the possible GNSS systems, GPS, Galileo, GLONASS, and Beidou. It will give you the best accuracy. One more thing that this device has is cell ID scanning, and you can see it in the picture on the right that approximate positioning will happen. It means devices, if it cannot get GPS, for example, it's underground parking, devices in underground parking, it will not get GPS on its movement or time trigger. It will wake up, scan for cell towers around, and will send you and will send to the server this cell ID, cell towers IDs. And it's server responsibility to make this converted to position. Vylon Gurtam has it already integrated. It works well. Trust Track, I know it's in progress, will be released sometime soon. All the other platforms cannot comment, but if you have your own platform, for sure it's a suggestion to have it. It really helps identifying at least approximate location of asset trackers. Question about batteries. Why choose AA batteries? Engineering is always a compromise. You might say that, oh, this is only 2 millimeters and has some more, and only 2 millimeters has some more. Then you have quite big device, and our goal was to make small device. So that's the compromise that we made, to have small device. Yes, since the device is battery operated, will it automatically go to sleep mode when it doesn't receive any signal? Yes. So it's also configurable time for how long device is looking for the signal. And if it can acquire signal faster, it will send records and go to sleep immediately. If it will not get signal till the timer counts, let's say 240 seconds, which reflects to 4 minutes, so it will go to sleep anyway, and it will wake up only on the next iteration on its timer of movement basis when it will try to send data and acquire the GPS signal again. How long is the battery life? It's 3 years with 2 positions per day in no extreme conditions. Means no extreme cold, no extreme hot. Are the batteries rechargeable? No, but they are replaceable. It takes few seconds. Do we have a table for battery life? That is in progress. I expect it to be live in like 1, maximum 2 weeks. It will be online, where you will be able to enter your scenarios, temperature conditions, and it will give you the estimate for battery life. Do we have similar platform like FlashP? No, but our protocol is for sure integrated with FlashP, and if you are happy with Vylon Gurtam FlashP, so all the devices are good to go. You can use them immediately. You for sure don't need to wait for any integrations. Okay, let's move further. So these are the I/O parameters for cell IDs. Again, you will find them in FM I/O list. Up to 5 neighboring cells can be scanned and sent by Asset5 device. Data collection. So this is kind of a tricky part because you need to enter the number of I/O parameter that you want to get. But again, if you start with the preset already gives you N cell ID locations and speed parameter and many more even parameters that might be needed for debugging your device. So my direct suggestion would be go with the preset for the beginning. If you see anything missing, adjust it on the way. Don't try to make the perfect set of parameters from day one. Use the preset. That's the easiest way to start. Bluetooth settings. What's important about Bluetooth? I saw some question about how to connect it to PUC ID and how. So there are a few Bluetooth elements. One is Bluetooth settings as such, and there will be stolen vehicle recovery mode, which is heavily based on Bluetooth as well. Let's start with just Bluetooth. So you see there is an option to turn on or off Bluetooth advertising by device itself. It means this device can work as a beacon if you turn on Bluetooth advertising. For sure, it will use your battery. So if you are not using it as a beacon, you should not turn on Bluetooth advertising. Bluetooth scanning. It means device is scanning the Bluetooth units around when it's waking up. And as you see, the next line is about the number of beacons to acquire. Maximum number of beacons is 20. But if you know that in the environment and strongest signal of the beacons, it's maximum 2. So why should you care about 18 remaining units that might be somewhere far away, very weak signal, and maybe not yours or not related? So anyway, it's your responsibility to define the number of beacons that needs to be acquired and scanned by the device. Again, moving to questions, does it support CAN? Of course not. It's battery-powered device that's supposed not to work with CAN bus. We have Smart 5, HCV Lite, Pro 5 Lite, HCV 5 Pro 5, LCV devices that are working with CAN and doing it well. So anyway, our portfolio is full of devices with CAN bus support. Where can configure cell ID? If you will see the recording, you don't need to enable cell ID. You just need to add cell parameters in parameter list. One of 40 parameters needs to be with cell ID parameters. Okay, I will quickly go back. Here in parameters, you need to add either once neighboring cell, lag, RSSI, either 2, either 3, either 4. So it's lag, cell ID, and cell RSSI that you need to enter for 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 neighboring cells. That in maximum will take 15 parameter slots. Okay, so that's more or less about Bluetooth. Let's move further to stolen vehicle recovery. I think this mode is very important. And again, our goal of Small Tracker was mostly about being able to hide it. So this device for sure can work as standalone, just be hidden somewhere, or it can be connected or linked with main GPS tracker. For example, you have Smart 5 unit connected for gathering CAN bus information, for driver registration, for regular fleet management reporting, but you want extra security layer, so you're installing Asset5, and you link it with Smart 5 unit, which is in the car. And by doing that, this device will only scan for the main unit to be present around. And if the main unit is taken out, thrown away, damaged by the thieves, only then this device will enter to what's called recovery mode. And recovery mode means it might send data much more frequent than regularly. If you say regularly, it just gives a ping once a day, once in 24 hours, just to say that I'm alive. During recovery mode, for sure, you want to follow the tips. You want to inform police that car is towed north and maybe to some bad neighborhood, or even to tell the garages where exactly the car is. You want it to be more frequent. So that's why this linking and immediate movement to recovery mode once it's unlinked is important. So for sure, to use this mode, you need to enable recovery mode scan. You can enter up to 3 beacons. It can be main device, it can be PUC ID, it can be any other Bluetooth beacon which has a name, and you might enter the conditions that and or. It might be that all the 3 units needs to be around all the time for device not to enter recovery mode. It can be or. For example, maybe you have main unit and you also have your ID tag, and you want at least one of it to be around for device not to enter recovery mode, just to keep silent. So you can do that with up to 3 and or conditions. You can use movement condition in order to initiate scan. So it means device will not scan for any around beacons if it's not moving, but once car started moving, it will scan. Again, it's made for saving power. So it's upon you to decide on the scenario that you will want to use. What's important, that device can send SMS or and call to predefined number once it's entered recovery mode. I think this is very, very important, because once device entering recovery mode, you want to know about it immediately. So I would strongly suggest to enter your phone number, your call center phone number, whatever phone number that could react fastest, and use this function to react as fast as possible when recovery is really needed. Reading some questions. Battery life calculator will be online soon. It will be in Doc Ruptela. You will read it in our newsletter once it's out. Does it support CAN? No, it does not. Can we configure Smart5 through this app? No. For configuring Smart5, there is a device configurator, which is a separate program. We can call it program for Windows. And you need your computer with Windows to be able to configure Smart5. And by the way, all Ruptela units can work as beacons. And Smart5 HCV Lite, it's in wireless settings. To enable Bluetooth advertising, there is a checkbox, and you can define device name, which you will later need to enter to stolen vehicle recovery beacon list to be able to link these two trackers. Okay, let's say we made configuration. We already know what to do, what not to do. What can we do with it? So we can save the phone. Later, this phone will be able to recoup this configuration, maybe for the other unit that you will want to configure in the office. By the way, it's important to mention that all our Ruptela units can be customized during manufacturing. So if you know SIM card and configuration that you will want for your shipment, it's easiest for us to upload it during manufacturing. You will receive ready units, but if you need some adjustments, you will need to use the app. So save the phone, then sharing us with anything during social media times, Teams, Gmail, WhatsApp, Messenger, you mention it. Upload to DMP. Again, you need to be connected to DMP to be able to upload it to DMP. So later you will be able to access this configuration from this DMP account from different phones or even your web browser, which is convenient, or send to device. Once device is paired to your phone, you can immediately send this configuration to device, and that's the fastest option, but not the only option. Tips for configuration. Again, with the regular trackers, I see quite often that the maximum amount of parameter slots are used, but that's not the case with asset tracker. As more parameters you use, as longer it will take to send record, as more energy will be used. So have that in mind, keep it to bare minimum. Really be careful with LED. LED is a huge energy user, so don't enable it if it's not needed. 3 neighboring cells are enough for cell ID backup, so check in your area if it gives sufficient result or not. Again, it's our proposal. It might be that you will need all 5 neighboring slots to give better position. That's okay, but have that in mind. And yes, select correct bands for your region to be efficient and to be stable for network. Summary: compact device, has an app, and it's really good for all the service providers which has something to do with security. Ordering of information: 3 versions of this device: LTM modem global version, LTE-ME for Europe, Middle East, Africa, Asia is working there well, and LTE-LA for Latin America, Mexico, Peru, Chile, Colombia, you name it, it's working well there. There is additional accessory, magnetic holder, where you can put this tracker like this, and then use magnets to put it to the metal surface. So it's called Asset5 holder. You can order it as separate accessory. And Asset5 batteries, there were questions about if it's rechargeable, not rechargeable, but replaceable. Of course, to be able to guarantee the battery life, so it's our selected supplier which is good in quality, fair in price. If you find similar batteries with lithium trionyl chloride in your country, that's okay, you might use it, but the battery life can be somewhere a little bit different than we are proposing. Anyway, QR to our website to check our remaining portfolio. Follow us on social media. I think we are mostly active in LinkedIn. So if you use LinkedIn, more than welcome to join us there. And one more thing, on October 16, we will have Ruptela Day in Dubai, in United Arab Emirates. So if you anywhere around, because GITEX Global will be happening at the same time, so feel free to drop an email to our colleague mohammed.mastour@ruptela.com and to get your invitation to Ruptela Day. This will be a closed event, but all our partners or potential partners are more than welcome to join this full day of networking and presentations all day about telematics. If you anywhere around Dubai, October 16, more than welcome to join. Okay, and I believe I answered quite many questions on the fly, but if there are any remaining, it's time. Unfortunately, configuring PUC ID with Echo5 is absolutely out of scope of this webinar, but drop an email to support@ruptela.com and our colleagues will be more than happy to assist you, or go to doc.ruptela.com, our documentation site. All our documentation is public and you might find it right away in there. Okay, I can't find cell ID. To get cell ID, you just need to enter parameter numbers to device data collection part. So it's not in here, but these are the numbers: 1162, then 1167, 1172 would be for the cell 1 to be transferred to server. So you go to data collection part, data collection. It's wake up shown in here, but I just want to show the data collection is in the main menu. Enter these three parameters and they will be sent to server, from which server, if the function is there to support cell ID, will be gathering the location. Do you plan to make mDMP usable across all the device models? Cannot promise nothing. So for now, we're concentrating to make it as good and fluent working for Asset5 as possible. We'll see. We'll see. Cannot say neither yes, neither no. Will device work if you just put regular AA batteries? No, device will not work because voltage of these trionyl batteries is 3.7 volts per battery. Regular AA batteries that you might use in your TV remote is 1.2 volt. So you see the difference is quite huge, and device is not designed to work with regular AA batteries because of the voltage difference. There is a cost for the software. If you mean DMP for updating device configuration and firmware, it's absolutely free. If you're talking about some telematic software for getting your reports and so on, so we have a daughter company which could provide software. Drop an email to info@ruptela.com and we'll connect you to sales manager to talk about your pricing, quantities, needs, and so on. How to deactivate or switch off Asset5? With my bare hands, I will not be able now to open, but if you open the cap, there is a tumbler on the side which says on or off. So by default, it is on. If you want somehow to still keep the batteries inside and turn it off for a while, for I don't know why, you can do that. But have in mind that these batteries, if you will keep the asset off for longer than 3 months, they might passivate and device might not easily start up the time you turn it on. So you need to be careful about that. Do you have manual for configuration? Yes, it's in doc.ruptela.com. Is it compatible with TT2? Yes, for sure. Device itself is compatible with TT2, Trust Track 2. Just the cell ID function is still in progress, but for regular GNSS location, for getting other parameters, you can use it right away. The protocol is the same as on any other Ruptela unit. So if the software, any software is working with any other Ruptela unit, it will work with Asset5 as well. Is it compatible with Anstel? Yes, it is compatible with Anstel because Anstel already compatible with other GPS units from Ruptela. I see Baha's question about cell ID. So cell ID functionality is not related with functionality of device connecting to network. So device has its own logic to connect to network, and cell IDs are the thing to help you identify the location. And when device is connecting to network, is scanning all the networks around, and it will not connect, for example, to your enemy network for competitor network of your SIM card provider, but it will see that cell ID, cell tower, so it will be able to send its not coordinates, but ID from which you will be able to identify coordinates, but that's much different from connecting to network itself. So device will have its own logic to connect to network, and cell ID it's only for backup location which is not connected to network as such. Yeah, I saw my colleagues already dropped you the link to device configuration manual. Yes, it's to detect location base station, and not only the base station where device is connected, but up to 5 base stations that device sees around to which it's not connected, but it identifies their ID, RSSI, these 3 parameters by which you can get the location, and sends them to server. Then it's server part to convert these IDs to actual locations. There was a question also about Android configuration will be available for other devices. Might be, but no promises as for now. Neither yes, neither no. At least for the moment. Okay, we're 45 minutes in. I think the concentration is already going down, and I don't see any more questions, at least for the moment. Again, you will have the recording. If something is unclear, jump to recording. Encourage to really try to click the app yourself. It will start clicking for you. And really happy that so many of you joined live today. I wish you a great day and see you around. Take care.